Here then. Ali? Hi, Ali. Welcome back, by the way.
Well, thank you. Good morning. We're here and we're talking about women bullying other women. I have Dr. Erika Holiday, psychologist and co-author of Mean Girls, Meaner Women, and she's here to talk about the growing issue. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, I've definitely had experience with this. I know we're going to talk a little bit about reality shows and how we see women on TV being cruel to each other. And I think I've experienced this. I was on a show, and there was a time where I didn't get along with the other girls, and that was sort of played out on TV.
Right.
And I never really realized how I looked and what I was doing until I was able to look in on it with the rest of the world and sort of see what I was doing and how my behavior was. I feel like I was really lucky in that sense, that I got to sort of look from an outside perspective in on my behavior.
Right, and that's something that a lot of women don't get to do. Mm-hmm. And I think probably for you, I don't know, you can tell me, that you got caught up in it when it was happening to you, that you were reacting, and then afterwards you got to watch yourself, and probably you had a different reaction, like, oh, I wish I would have handled that differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think there's something that women can learn from your experience and what you're saying right now, in that to not get caught up in their emotions, and to kind of think, okay, how do I want to act? Do I want to act with integrity, or do I want to get sucked into this?
And like how would I want to be treated? And it's like the golden rule: treat others the way you would want to be treated. Our mother still does that all growing up.
Yes,
it's that simple.
Right. And to think about, a lot of times it's misplaced feelings. It's not even about the other woman, that it's not even about the situation, it's about something else, some kind of other experience that might be too painful to address, but it gets misdirected at the wrong person.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because we're not like mean people, innately mean
of
women.
Course not.
It's just,
of course, no.
There's something else there. So we see this a lot, like we were saying, in reality shows. So I guess let's actually take a look at a clip from, I think, the Desperate Housewives?
The Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Are there two Camilles? I'm not sure.
So if that was set upstairs and everything was calm and you guys had a drink, then what happened between then to suddenly...
Well, I thought about it and I said, when we're trying to apologize to one another, I think it's nice to be open and honest, but I think throwing a little dig about insecurity...
Well, it's only dig to someone who is, like, paranoid about that, because if someone said, don't be insecure about that, I would be like, okay, then I won't be, and I'll call you sometime.
I don't think that's sincere.
You can put on your little voice and try to act all sweet, okay?
Hey! So, Desperate Housewives Beverly Hills, you can tell how much I watch these shows.
I love this particular clip because, first of all, around the Thanksgiving table, this is what we were talking about, which makes me think, oh my God, okay, how many other American families are sitting around talking about this show? And with this particular clip, Camille and Kyle had already talked about their issue and resolved it and said, okay, we're cool, we're friends, everything is great. And then they go back down to the restaurant and they start this fight. And my feeling is, I don't know them, but it seems like, Camille might, her husband is about to leave her. Maybe she suspects that he's having an affair. And so she could be misplacing her anger onto Kyle, that it has nothing to do with Kyle, but she's taking it out on her.
I could definitely see that. And it seems also that, it's a lot of these sort of fights seem to be defending yourself. Like a woman will be defending herself, therefore she says something bad about another woman.
Right.
Is that common?
Yeah, and I think, it's different. A lot of times you see with men, they say what they need to say, they're over, they're done with it, they move on, they're fine. With women, we hold on to it, just like with this particular segment. Camille held on to it, she couldn't let it go, and I think that's a lot of what we see with a lot of women, that we just can't let it go.
Why do you think that, because this is very common on these types of shows, why do you think they're so popular? Are we attracted to that, or do we want more of that?
We do. But we have to understand that it's intentionally made to be very provocative and stimulating. We feel like we're voyeurs, that we're secretly watching other people's lives, that we're getting away with something. But we have to understand that a lot of times it's not real, and we think that it is. We get sucked in.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes, yes.
I definitely have an insider's view on that. So, what sort of, I guess, do you have advice for how to sort of stay out of all of that?
Yeah, we need to understand when we're watching it, to watch it with a critical eye, because like I said, a lot of it is made to be provocative. And to also understand that sometimes they're not the greatest role models for girls and women because they do portray women in a way where they're putting each other down and they're fighting. And I think we need to put some more women on there that show them resolving conflict in a more mature and constructive kind of a way.
So better shows out there, and then it will be better problems. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Dr. Erika Holiday will be back with us in the 9 o'clock hour, and she's going to discuss how shows like The Kardashians, which I admit I'm a fan, and how those can sort of warp women's perceptions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Okay. Let's check in with Fox 5's Jen Carlman. Are we still lighting up houses even though the sun's up?
Yeah.